Greetings perverts, and welcome to the Smut Files, my video series where I will watch and provide some thoughts on some of the smuttiest Asian movies ever made. In our first episode, let's check out the hilarious 2013 Japanese comedy film HK Forbidden Superhero. And what does HK stand for? Hentai Kamen, or Pervert Mask. Kyosuke is just your typical high school student with a supremely chiseled body. One fateful day, a gorgeous new exchange student, Aiko, transfers to his school and he's in love. And who wouldn't be? Look at her, she's stunning. Anyway, while walking home, he comes across a hostage situation. A few thieves robbing a business are holding customers and staff hostage, with one of those customers being Aiko. Kyosuke is desperate to prove how heroic he is to her, so he works out how to get into the building where he can use his martial arts skills to take down the thieves before the police can do it. He realizes though that he needs a way to hide his face. With the absence of any proper masks, he decides to pop a pair of panties over his face. But those panties unlock some kind of superpower within Kyosuke, transforming him into Hentai Kamen. Hentai Kamen becomes a local sensation, but an evil man who wants to take over his high school devises a plan to defeat Kyosuke by infiltrating the faculty with another version of the Hentai Kamen. Now, the two Hentai Kamens must face off, where the one with the full power of the pervert will be the ultimate winner. Insane. And something like this can really only truly be made in Japan. First off, I want to get this off my chest. This film feels like a perverted Japanese version of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. With that out the way, let's check out the Smutometer. The Smutometer is a timeline that chronicles all instances of smut in the movie and how strong the level of smut is, allowing you to make the choice of whether you should watch this movie with your parents, your partner, or all alone, with perhaps some lotion and a box of tissues. No judgment. This is a 105-minute long movie where there are quite a few moments that would be considered smutty. Considering the front cover though, some level of smut is to be expected. Let's check out the Smutometer for this film, and then let's check out the highlights. The first 45 minutes is rather light, with a few scenes including panties and the introduction of the mankini. It's around the 1 hour mark where the bulk of the smut in this movie resides, including the introduction of the fake Hentai Kamen and a usual comedic desk erection scene. We then get a few more scant bit towards the final part of the movie, where by the time both of the Hentai Kamens are fighting each other, you've just accepted the fact there are two men wearing mankinis and panties on their head, and you're just desensitized to it all. But if you're expecting to see the gorgeous Fumika Shimizu naked, well then you're shit out of luck. Because while this is a super smutty film, there is no proper nudity in this movie. You do get a few scenes of her wearing a bikini though, so maybe that's a bit of a consolation for all the mankini stuff. Beyond the mankini scenes, there are definitely some smutty highlights in this film, with a few scenes we might consider as level 2, but remember, there are no sex scenes or nudity in this film. A level 2, watch with your partner only, scene occurs within the first 5 minutes, where we're introduced to what will be Kyosuke's parents. His mother works as a dominatrix at an S&M club, where she meets, and subsequently punishes, his father. We later find out that the father has a fetish for pain, the more the better, but was killed in the line of duty before Kyosuke turned into a teenager. His mother though is still working as a dominatrix and is very upset that her son is a shy teen without a girlfriend. I'd consider everything else in the film as a level 1. Besides seeing Fumika in a bikini in a few scenes, there's also a scene where the fake Hentai Kamen runs through the streets pulling up the skirts of all the women walking down the street to expose their panties to the world. Some people might find this scene funny, some people probably won't, but I'm guessing the people who wouldn't find this funny are not the type of people who would be watching the film in the first place, and they shouldn't be. This film is not for them. Otherwise, there is around a dozen or so scenes of Kyosuke and the imposter running around in their mankinis with a variety of panties on their head. Some nice panties, some not so nice. I found it quite frustrating that people couldn't tell the difference between the real and fake hentai kamen. I mean, come on! The real one has a Spider-Man style mask underneath the panties as well. Surely, people noticed that, right? So, as a dirty pervert who's desperate to watch some filth, should you watch this movie? Well, as I mentioned, if you're hoping to see some naked girls, then you're going to be super disappointed. That's not what this movie is about. This is purely a comedy film, where the panties are the main star, not what's underneath them. And while that might upset or frustrate a few of you, I'm sure the movie we're going to talk about in the next episode will be right down your alley. Watch this for the comedy and the craziness. It's actually worth it for that alone. If you've seen this movie, what did you think? Thank you for watching The Smut Files. Please press the like button if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you next time. Adios, perverts.